Hello and welcome to Bump Love. Now, personal finance is a term that describes managing your money well or managing your finances well. It encompasses aspects such as budgeting, saving, spending wisely, managing loans, investing prudently, preparing for retirement and old age, and basically being aware of the financial options available to you to enable you move your financial life forward. Now, whatever status you are, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're a single mom or a working mom, you need to have a good understanding of your finances. And today we want to talk about what that means, managing your money well. And joining us to discuss this very passionate subject is Tilda Nabbanja Turyagyenda. She is a finance and investment practitioner, among other fancy other things. Her CV is quite long. But for the purposes of this discussion, she's a finance and investment practitioner. And you're also a trainer as well.
Yes.
She's joining us to talk about personal finance and what that looks like for mothers. Welcome to the show, Tilda.
Thank you so much, Rachel.
And thank you for joining us.
Yes.
So my first question to you is, what is personal finance? And more importantly, what does that look like for a mother?
Yeah, so personal finance is really, really pertinent for a mother out there. A mother, whether you're married, you're single, you're whatever capacity you're in as a mother, it's important to be mindful of your finances. Now, of course, like Rachel has mentioned, there are a number of topics that women need to be abreast of. But in all this, it brings us down to one thing: expanding our minds, increasing our knowledge base, and being able to make the right decision at the right time because we have the right information. Let's start from the basics. Mothers, all the change in your financial life starts with you. It doesn't start with your husband. It doesn't start with the baby daddy. It doesn't start with your children. It starts with you. As long as you can effect that change in your life, you can effectively influence your family, influence your loved ones, and enrich all the people around you to attain the kind of lifestyle that you would want as a woman in that kind of ecosystem that you're in. So how does that change start with you? You look at these mothers. Look at them. Huh? They are on point. Huh? These are representative of how mothers out there should endeavor to be. The change starts with you. Walk and look elegant all the time. This business of saying, me, I have 5 children, I don't care anymore. You always care. Because every place you will appear, every meeting you will appear, you will be judged first by your appearance. So do not ever compromise on your looking and feeling good about yourself, because the energy wherever you be will be on point because of the way you have you have presented yourself. Now, after you've done that, now get into technicalities. Know your issues. Have your issues on point. If I talk to Ange about deco, she should show me all the options, the different colors, and she shows you quality first, even before she mentions the price. By the way, she's not affordable, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah, it's really value for money. Yeah, then whenever you meet someone, like Pumla over there, she's an economist. But it's not easy being an economist. Normally, I look at these economists and I wonder, what kind of brains do they have? These people have so much information that when she enters a room and she's answering any question, you look at her and you're like, this is what? This is someone, a woman who is knowledgeable about what she's talking about. Now, first you've looked at yourself as a person, you've improved your outlook, you're healthy, you're energetic, you're looking good. Then you have your information on your fingertips. Then you present yourself. You go out there in the market, show your product. And then at the end of it all, your quality, your standard, your output speaks for what? For itself. Now, after you have laid out your service or whatever product you're putting out on the market, we come now to talk about money. So in most cases, we are there, I don't have money, my husband didn't pay fees, he didn't pay rent, he didn't what? But you, what are you doing? What have you done as a mother? Huh? What have you done in your home? Have you created an environment in your home that makes money flow? Eh? Some of us quarrel so much that even the money that would come in, the little money the guy would bring home, is like, you know what, let me pass by somewhere and take 2 for the road before I approach this lady. The environment is not conducive. Yet you as a woman in a home, you're supposed to be an enabler for anything financial to flow in that home. So if there is no money in your home, stop looking at your husband, stop looking at your spouse, look at yourself. What have you done to create an enabling environment in your home so that money can flow? Now you find that most cases we rely on our husbands, we rely on our spouses, and they are trying to do their best. Really, for a developing country, these guys are hustling. They are really putting in effort. But now when we go back to the basics, God created all of you with a skill. If Ange has a partner, that guy will never decorate like you. He will not, because God gave you that skill, that attention to detail, that knowing that that color doesn't flow with that color, that knowing that this material is not for the ceiling, you know. I'm not sure about those, those decor things. It's not for the ceiling, it's for the table. If you drape it like this, your husband may not know those things. It means God gave you that skill. But now, Ange can decide to sit at home and say, you have not paid rent, you have not done this, but you can use the skill God has given you to complement what that guy will do. So at the end of it all, when you're pulling your resources together, in finance we emphasize family financial issues are planned for together. So that together you can strategize. You can plan, where do we want to see our family 5 years from now? Where do we want to see this and that? Now for a working woman, much as your husband is contributing at home, you can see the guy hustling. He has a backlog on rent, and you're looking. An average woman will say, hey, even 2 years ago, you didn't pay rent. You delayed by 6 months to pay rent. Really, how can that guy open up his mind to try to figure things out? What ideally you would do is to say that, I know rent is tight this month, but let me contribute half. And you contribute the rest, so that going forward you can easily catch up. These financial things are for working together. Pumla, tell me.
Never. Sit and wait.
You sit and wait until when?
How you can do
How
better.
you can do it?
Yeah. How he, no, actually now they say we pull resources together. My resource will be my mind. You, the resource will be your finances. So I will put my mind together with yours. Yeah. Say, half I don't understand, half rent over security.
Let me tell you.
Tilda, I mean, that thing is difficult for me. It's like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
we've had a show before. We
had
a show here before where we were speaking about roles of mothers and of fathers, and how, of course, these days there is a gray area.
Yes.
And for me, that's why they are looking at me. My stand was, for me, if I am, for as long as I have to give back and go through that bad life, you also toil and suffer and put a roof, at least a roof over my head.
Okay, yes, yes, that is
Then I'll buy
understandable.
clothes.
Now, ladies, get a formula that works for you in your home. You can do that, and maybe you have a way it can work for you. You have an understanding on how that can work for you with your spouse. But in I'm giving you the ideal.
Okay.
Now, in whatever you're doing, strive for the ideal. If you opt for that and you see your guy is stressed, you just at the back of your mind know why he is stressed. You know? So that at the end of it all, it's not a blame game. Like, you know, let me tell you ladies, we waste a lot of time being stressed about these small matters. Some of you are even earning higher than the men, and you're seated waiting for the guy to contribute. Until when? That one day you will pay can motivate that guy to pay for another 2 years without stalling in the payment. And yet you're here pushing the guy and making him even lose the little thought he would have on how to make money. So this business of distincting roles in this new age, it's a total gray area. It's fluid.
That is true.
At any one time, I can wake up and tell my husband, I will fuel your car. But then, I had actually...
Did you die?
Exactly, you didn't die. But then there are moments when I can tell him that, you know what, my bag is old. I would like if you at least replaced it. And he buys me a bag. Not because I can't afford a bag. I can even buy 5 and put them there. But you are giving him an opportunity to support you, an opportunity to be the man in your life. But we are not here to talk about men. Let's talk about money.
Men and money go together.
Yeah, let's talk about money. So at the end of it all, issues of budgeting are key as a woman in your home.
Yes.
Sit down, let the guy know that this is how much we need to spend. Electricity is this much, this is this much. How much can we raise in which period? If it's rent, you're the one to create a plan in the home. And you say that, you know what, since we pay rent maybe every 3 months, let us start saving. So that by the end of the period, we can easily, we have the money to pay. If it's loans, declare your loans. I like that some institutions tell people have consent from your partner before you get a loan.
Yes.
You guys don't hide finances, because what I see that's funny in relationships, when people are borrowing, they don't declare.
Yes.
Then when they come
When
to
they
take
come to
things,
take things, that's when
they
they
start
involve
saying,
you.
the other day I got money to fix this, but at that point it is too late. So try to be part of the process from the beginning to the end, and if it doesn't work out, you also support each other. And you say that, okay, yeah, things failed, but okay, let's go back to the drawing board and re-strategize. If it's things like school fees, plan.
Yes.
You know, me, I am, okay, I don't even know if that's correct English, but I am an advocate. I am so passionate about saving. Because in our developing countries, it is not easy to get lump sum money. It is not. For anything, it is not easy.
Legitimately,
but you guys are making money. Okay, yeah, legitimate. I only talk about straight up money. The people who are, you know, using the crooked, shady. I don't know, you'll need to get another expert on that. But for guys who are earning an honest living, it is hard to get lump sum money. Yes. But when you work together, let me say, let's assume you're Angie's partner. Now, in a period of, let me say, January to March, okay, no, let's use October to December. There are so many weddings, Angie's decorating, money is flowing. You will have money. She will have a lot of money coming in. Then in around January to March there, everything drops. There are no functions. Guys are even gearing up for Lent. They don't want these social things. Finances will go down, but at that time your contract may have gone through. It means money is flowing. Money is flowing for you. Yes. So it means at the time when she's on a peak, she is supporting you. At the time when you're on a peak, you are the one chipping in more. Now when you get that formula, you find that at every one point, at her peak, she's saving more. At your peak, you're saving more. And before you know it, December reaches, it's easy. You're buying tickets, taking your family on vacation because you saved. Blessings. You saved together and you were able to manage that kind of expense. But now this time we waste. Mothers, the time we waste comparing ourselves. The other day, Pumla's partner did this. Why can't you do it as the man? It's wasting a lot of our time. Yet her formula is different. The guy could even be apologizing for other things. And, and you're there comparing yourself comparing yourself to the person. Yes, you have to get a formula that works for you. And at the end of it, you'll have fun. You'll enjoy money. You guys. Enjoy your money, but plan for it.
Very true.
Plan together, plan as a family, sit your children down, involve them in these matters, let them know that things are tight.
Well, is there value in managing finances with your partner? Personally, you now say yes. So maybe you can, and the way you're speaking, I think we agree, but maybe speak to the crowd.
I think Papa should emphasize something there. And then we carry on from that. So yes, there is value. There is value, there is a lot of understanding, there is a lot of sacrifice in doing that, but plan together so that you enjoy the fruits of that planning together. And when things go south, you go together and you dig yourself out together. So yes, it is key. Stop distincting, as in making your roles distinct, but go on this life journey. You know, money is a life journey. Finances, you fight with finances until you're 6 feet under.
That is true.
So if you're here thinking, when he does this, I will be fine. When will he do that? So if you're together in that journey, you even enjoy the process. You know, of saying, now we have reached this amount, we are remaining with this much to get the money to buy our land. You're part of the process and you're enjoying yourselves. The day you buy the land, you're like, yes, now let's go for a dinner to celebrate. All those are moments that we are losing in our lives because we are wasting time. Making, you know, all these funny distinctions that are stopping us from really getting the joy and the enriching out of this short life, by the way, that God has given us. Yes.
So Tilda, how can a mom save money? Like, how can they really save money? If we can also just look deeply into the emergency fund, how can we understand this, basically?
Yeah, the emergency fund, it's very key. I think for mothers that went through COVID-19, that COVID-19 impact, the COVID in 2020, everyone felt the impact of saving.
Yes.
And more so, saving for emergencies, except that is the longest emergency I have ever seen in the history, in the history of emergencies.
That's so true.
It is so long, it's even impacting us up to today. Now, for the guys who had saved, I met a lady. You know, I keep talking about finances with people and tracking progress. Where have you reached now? Have you bought the land? Have you done this? So there's a lady who shared with me during that COVID-19 period, like 6 months into the period. She told me that, you know what, thank you so much for the information you shared with us. And I'm like, yeah, which information? You know, we talk about so many things. So she was like, do you know that I have gone through this COVID period in my normal lifestyle? And business has gone down, everything is down, but I am okay. And my family is okay. Then I'm like, hey, well, how so? She was like, you know how much I saved? We had a cushion that enabled us to keep our lifestyle standards throughout the period. So make it a deliberate effort. From every coin you earn, save something. Save something, save something. I don't even know how to emphasize this. Save something. Even if it's every 1,000 you get, keep 100 shillings. Before you know it, you can give it a period of time and you'll accumulate at least more or less. I don't want to give it a figure because your lifestyles are different. I don't know where, how much you survive on, in which period and all that. So you need to have a sufficient cushion to know that in case my child falls sick, I can manage. In case an accident occurs, I can manage. In case I get a sudden, you know, disease or I'm chased from my work, I can survive for a period of time without income. So save. Save. And emergency is just one of the things you can save for. You can save for every other little thing in your life. Even shopping. You can say, I will be shopping once a year. You can even choose a destination of your choice. I will be going to Turkey to shop my clothes myself. Or I'll be going to China to shop my clothes. You get the cost of the ticket, you get the cost of the period you'll be there, how much do you want to buy, get the lump sum. And you make it a deliberate effort that every month I will put aside this much money for that. I know a lady who does that, and every December she gives away old things and she shops new things. But it's through saving. Through saving. But what a lady is doing, you're hoarding things. People are keeping clothes they don't need. You're not even wearing these clothes for a period of time. But, hey, that shirt, I like it. When you put it on, since your first baby, it can no longer even go lower than the neck. But you like the what? You like the shirt. Shoes, ladies, and shoes. I was actually telling Pumla that I wore this dress to just show you ladies that it is possible to have few things, good quality things, but you have them for a long period of time. I've been wearing this dress since before my first child. Wow. So I wear it to remind me that, hey, it's fitting. It's fitting. I have 3 sons. So, so there's a party. Thank you. There's a party I went for, and I was asking a relative of mine, how do I look? Am I smart? And then she was like, Tilda, all I know is that you've worn that dress 100 times. You've worn that dress 100 times. In that, you're okay, but we are tired of that dress. But the whole point is, what is wrong? If I am smart, it is okay. That's all that matters. Until the next time when I'll be able to replace it. So mothers, stop wasting money buying things you don't need. Sell away some of these things, save more money, and build your life in the right direction.